You're on.
Alright, we're here to talk to you guys about Escape from Alcatraz today. I'm Rebecca, this is Carl, Toofy, David, and Steven. So what is Alcatraz? It's a stealth action game. We built it in X and A using C#. It's for Windows. You try to sneak around guards, maybe knock them out if you need to buy some time. You can talk to fellow prisoners to make friends or enemies with them, and then try to escape. That's the biggest goal, is trying to escape from the prison. So some of our design it was a top-down action game, like I said. The focus is on stealth, so you don't have any weapons or anything. You're trying to, you can see from the screenshot, the guy at the bottom is the actual player, and the guys that are behind bars are the other prisoners. And so you're walking around, and if you see any guards, you want to kind of like hide behind corners and stuff, because if they see you, they're going to chase you, and after they chase you, they're going to radio in to all the other guards to like come to your location. So the focus is on stealth. You don't want to be seen. You have a limited view, so you can't see the whole map all the time. That's part of the challenge, is you don't know if the next room over leads into more rooms. You have to go in to find out. So if there is a guard, you have to chance it. Like I said before, you want to watch out for the roaming guards. If you approach them from behind, you have the option to kill them or knock them out, and that actually affects your morality. So if you just knock them out, it's not going to be as bad as if you try to kill them. And the whole point of the game is finding the end of the level to progress to the next one to continue your escape.
Okay. Alright, I'll talk about the characters that we have in the game. This is the guard. He patrols the prison. You can see here he has a different facing. Here he's a little mace. Here he is when he's knocked out, so you can see the different directions when he's sleeping. Now, guards will patrol a certain area, and if they catch sight of the player, they'll see him, and they have different levels of alertness where if they just kind of think they see something, they'll maybe start moving toward that area, but if they know they've seen the player, they'll run towards him. And then if they should lose sight of the player, they'll radio the other guards to come to that location to try to help them to find him. Okay. And then, oh yeah, their speed varies based on their level of awareness. Okay, this is the prisoner. Now the prisoner is one of your fellow prisoners in the prison, but they are still locked up while you can roam around. You can see here he just faces different directions. Prisoners can talk to the player, and you can have a little dialogue with them, and talk, like, that influences your morality as well. They might say something to you like, hey, like, help me get out too, and you could say like, no way man, or like, sure, I'll help you. And based on that, they can tell the guard the last known direction of the player. So if a prisoner likes you, he'll tell the guard to go the opposite direction. But if they don't like you, he'll tell them exactly where you are. And then of course we have the escapee, which is your player character. You can see the sprite for him here. He runs around and avoids guards. He can sneak up and knock them out or kill them, which affects your morality. And he can interact with prisoners to make friends or enemies with them.
So this is a list of the implemented AI techniques that we have. We have fuzzy logic, which is the guard's awareness factor, depending upon how well the guard can see you. So the closer they are to you, the more likely they are to see you. The more centered you are in front of them, the more likely they are to see you. If you're in a bright location, or if you're generating sound by sprinting, all this increases the likelihood that they're going to detect you and start coming after you. State machines are how the guards determine their actions. They have 3 states, one that is just a regular patrol, one that is sort of a heightened alert, and the other one is they're full-on aware of you. They are coming after you at a full sprint. And depending upon whether they see you, how long it's been since they lost track of you, is how they move between the different states. Influence maps are used alongside the fuzzy logic in that each guard has it's more than just are you like in a straight line of sight from him, but how far you are away from him. We have scripting, which is how we do dialogue with prisoners. We have a small amount of terrain analysis in that we have to check, can you see through this tile or not? And we have some factions implemented in your morality system. Do the prisoners like you or do they dislike you? And that's how they're going to decide whether or not to misdirect the guards. Some of the functionality that we had planned, but we didn't get around to implementing, a command hierarchy. We would have had a chief guard who is separated from the other guards, who sees their positions, directs their movements, and can coordinate them. If you take them out, the guards go back to making their decisions for themselves and become less coordinated, less effective. We would have had A-star pathfinding. Currently our pathfinding, our movement for the guards is just they have a couple preferred directions they go to, and if they can't go in one direction, they'll fall back to their second and third directions. A-star pathfinding would have helped them receive a location and then go to it in a much more effective manner. But they currently can chase you and walk around without that fairly well. We were planning to have items that you could create diversions, have items in the environment you can interact with, such as a pipe that you can open up to release a cloud of steam that would obstruct the guard, or have special items that will give you a second chance should you get caught, such as a tranquilizer gun, or you can bribe the guard with a donut. And we're going to have different rank guards that you would distinguish them based upon their colors, that some would be more aggressive, move faster, some would be slower. Questions?
You might have more questions as I play the demo, as I go through the demo. So feel free to ask me as I'm playing the demo. All right, so the best way to to see what's going on is to show you the game. So let's just run it. All right. Well, I just played it. Is it on my desktop now? Alright, well, I just played it. I mean, I just double clicked this a second ago. Well, I have it on my local too. Apparently you can only run the executable once for some reason. So I'll have to rebuild it and just play it from here. Alright, so here we are on our opening screen here. So the year is 1954, and you're a prisoner in Alcatraz jail in San Francisco, California. Your goal is to escape without being caught by the guards. So your functionalities here, you can move around with the arrow keys. You can use the left shift to sprint, and you can use the space bar to interact with the other agents. Alright, so it drops you right in here. It has been 10 years since you were convicted. You had to endure misery and torture, but now is your chance to change that and escape. But be careful about your actions. They will determine your destiny. Alright, it starts you right off. As you can see, I only have a specific line of sight. All tiles can be in one of 3 states. They need to be completely black, like a lot of that you see there. Those are places I've never seen before. They can be lighted up, like in the area that I'm located right here. Those are the areas I can actually see. Then you have those halfway dark tiles. Those are places that you've seen before, but are currently not in sight. You can't see any agent up there. You see, I didn't see him there. I'm just trying to get away. All right, let's see if he's looking for me. Uh-oh, he's recording on the radio. Okay, he didn't know. Yeah, so I'll explain more about how the guards work. He just got me on his patrol path right there. Let's see if I can just kind of stalk one and explain his patrol. Go down there and find him without him seeing me, maybe. I don't know where he went. In our testing, I cheated to where I had no black tiles, so I'm not very used to playing it how it's supposed to be played. So it's a lot harder than what I'm used to. Alright, let's see, I think I can jump this guy. So I just sneaked up on the guard. What will I do? I can either kill him or knock him out. Now you see, this changes my morality. If I kill him, it's going to lower my morality, but if I only knock him out, then that's going to raise my morality. So let's just knock him out here. And that only lasts for about 15 seconds or so. After that, he's going to get back up and start reporting me on his radio again. Alright, I reached the end of the first level. This is a checkpoint spot. What happens when you hit a checkpoint is it saves everything about our player, and it unloads all the guards from the first level, and it loads in all the guards from the next level. This allowed us to have one large level that is our whole game, but we don't have guards running around all kinds of places where we're not using them. Okay, looks like I'm about to get caught here. I have nowhere to go. I have been caught. It'll be another decade before I have another chance. So I'll wait 10 years, but fortunately, since I had a checkpoint, I can just load up where that checkpoint was. Okay, yeah, I was going to explain about guard patrolling. They generally just go in the direction that they can go the farthest. He's looking around for me right now. Let's see if I can get him right behind him. No, okay, I'll get out of here. Alright, okay, so their patrol, the way it works is, if they're not chasing after me, they're just going to go where the direction they can vault the farthest without hitting anything. And then after they hit something, then they're going to calculate again, see, all right, where can I vault the farthest now? But they're not going to go backwards though. Okay, also about their awareness level. Their awareness level varies between 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, oh shoot. You're smarter than I thought. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so their awareness levels vary between 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 0 is patrolling. I mentioned earlier about that fuzzy logic stuff. Yeah, well, they have two stats. They have awareness and awareness level. Their awareness varies on a real number system from 0 to 1. Once they hit a certain threshold, their awareness level goes up. All right. So at different awareness levels, they move faster. They're more aware, so they see you faster. Also, let's see. Also, they behave differently when they lose you. If their awareness level is low, but they chased you and they lost you, well, then they're just going to look around a little bit. But if they hit the maximum awareness and then they lost you, well then they're going to report you on the radio. All right, let's see. I can talk about prisoners now. Now we didn't really do everything we wanted to do with prisoners yet. You can interact with them, and we have a lot of different scripts that will say. It says, no, don't forget, don't ever forget. You promise to become a new man. Promise? Well, why are you doing this? My brother, you no longer belong to evil. With this silver, I have brought your soul. I ransomed you from fear and hatred, and now I give you back to God. And yes, I read a lot of French poems. Oh geez, thanks. All right, so that by answering him positively there, it increased my morality. We're gonna get out of here. Oh yeah, you'll notice this tile here is kind of lighted up. Well, this is a lighted tile. If I'm standing on one of these and a guard sees me, it doubles his awareness gain. I'll look up more. Hello, friend. What are you doing outside of your cell? You know that it's impossible to escape, right? I'm getting out. So, can you get me out of here? Yeah, as soon as I get the master key, I'll liberate all prisoners. Thank you. Wish you luck. Hey, I hear you killed an innocent man in a bar fight. Is that true? No, I'm innocent. Someone framed me. When I get out of here, I'll find out who it is. Yes, indeed, I killed him because he said, hey, so I guess you're next. Get to the harder level here. Level 2 is kind of calm, but level 3 is pretty ridiculous. I don't think I've beaten it yet. I think it's this way. Sorry. Oh, right. Yeah, the mud slows you down as well. These brown tiles here, they lower your speed whenever you're standing in them. Okay, I think we're at the end of level 2 here. Yeah. So it unloaded all those previous guards and prisoners and loaded up all my new guards and prisoners. So go ahead and try to get to the end of the level. Alright, here's one. I'm going to kill him to make this easier. I don't want him waking up and coming behind me. It's pretty scary. It's around the corner. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. This level's pretty hard. There's a lot of them. I can play it again, or yeah, I'll play it one more time. Let's see if I can get through it. Let's get this guy out. There's 6 levels total, and then depending on how you played throughout it, like depending on your morality, you'll see 2 different endings. I'd like to show you those endings too, but I might not be able to because I wasn't able to run that executable. Oh man. Alright, I'm just going to wait now. Jeez. This is pretty hard. Oh. It's too hard. I can't beat it. Alright. Yeah, maybe I can do that real quick. Alright, I would like to show you guys the ending, so let's see if I can just change the final location here. Do I have time? Yeah, I have a few minutes, I think. So, watch me do some coding real quick. And it won't take but a second. I have notes in player, actually. It's just one line I have to change. It's right here. Yeah, it's the win position. See, I think it's, actually I don't know what it is, so let's see. I guess I could, okay, I'll just make it some kind of low number tile, that I can just walk up to it. Something like, I'm not hitting the wall. So it's 2, 4, and, alright, I'll just set it right in the first room. Okay, we're going to make the winning tile right there in the first room that you walk into, so I can show you the endings. Still building. Takes forever. I don't know if it's my computer that's slow or what. Any day. There. Okay, so depending on your morality, you'll see different endings. Let's see. There it is. This is if you're good. If you were good throughout the game, you'll see this. You have finally escaped. Since you were wrongly convicted, you feel that escaping is only just. Now that you are free, you return to your family and move to Gainesville, Florida. You get a fake ID and begin to build a new life for yourself and your family. Within 5 years, you're a widely respected artificial intelligence professor. Alright, this time, here's the evil ending here. I just need to kill a guard or two, and that should do it. Or answer this guy. Yes, I need to kill him. Alright, that should do it. You are now a free man, but at what cost to society? Your past is riddled with unspeakable horrors. Now that you are free, there is nothing in your way to stop you from inflicting as much pain and suffering on the world as you see fit. You move to Gainesville, Florida, and keep a fake ID to begin your new life of terror and victimization. Within 5 years, you're a widely feared digital logic professional. Yeah, so that's our game. There's still a few things to add. Like once we have inventory going on, maybe different rank guards, and Oh, you're right, and prisoner interaction, then that'll probably be a lot better. Also, we'll probably have like more levels and things like that as well. So yeah, that's our game. Questions? Yeah, questions, anyone? It's all about AI, how that works, or how we did anything.
So at the moment, there's no guard-prisoner interaction?
That's right, not at the moment. Yeah, what I'm planning to do with that, or what my plans are, is to make it where once you talk to the prisoner, and depending on how you answered, and depending on how your morality relates to the prisoner, then the prisoner is going to get this flag on him. It's like, hey, I've talked to the player, and then he's going to look for a guard. If he sees a guard, he's going to call the guard over, and then the prisoner is going to have this destination stored in him to give to the guard. And so he'll give this destination to the guard, and then at that point, the guard will go on his radio and send out this destination to all the other prisoners, all the other guards in that area. And so it'll be similar to sending a radio signal like he does most of the time. It's just a matter of getting the prisoner to give him the location.
So can you talk to a prisoner like more than once and like reset your standing with him?
No, you can't. After you toss one once, then you can't toss him again. Unless you die and you reload, then it's like you never toss one.
Where did you get the sprites from?
Let's see.
I don't even remember. I found them. I just like Googled sprites, and then Steven actually made the guards.
The guards knocked out sprites and
Prison.
the prisoners sprites, all the prisoner sprites. Any others?
I guess I could elaborate a little more. I mean, some of the things that we did were really cool. Like one of the early things that we deviated from the tutorial that we're using was making it where you can only see certain tiles that are in range. And how we did that was we took our player sprite and whatever tile location he was on, we sent out about 40 rays or so, which is an arbitrary number we picked that was large enough. And it sends out 40 rays in an equally spaced 360 degrees around him. Then these rays, they reveal all the tiles that they hit, unless they hit a wall. If they hit a wall, then they reveal the wall as well, but then they stop. So you can imagine, with the player walking around, at all times he's just sending out these rays in 360 degrees around him, and that's how we reveal which tiles you can see and which ones you can't.
Why did you? Why are the rays continuous if you're on a tile-based game? Isn't that like a little petty?
Well, what I do is, what I do is I have the rays, I call them rays, but really that's just a direction, all right? And then I multiply that by an increasing number along that direction. So it's actually, it's not continuous, but it's discrete. I'm doing, I have my I value, and I just increment I by 1. I multiply that by the x and the y of that ray, which is my direction. And then I reveal every tile that I hit along that way. I mean, there is a couple, in some of the diagonal rays, I might reveal a tile twice, but most of the time it's not a problem.
Do the guards have the same visibility as the player?
Actually, the guard's visibility works a little bit differently. What I'm doing with each of the guards is at all times, I'm sending a ray between the guard and the player. And it does a few checks. First of all, it sees, all right, well, is the length of this ray longer than his maximum seeable distance? If it is, then he can't see him. All right, but if it's within distance, then the next thing I do is I check the angle between the direction the guard is facing and the direction between the guard and the player. So like if it's kind of like this, then I do the dot product, that's going to give me a positive number. But if I'm facing this way and the player is back that way, I do the dot product, that gives me a negative number. So that tells me whether or not the player is in front of the guard or not. And plus, I can use that dot product as a multiplier in his awareness modifier to see how much my awareness wants to go up. So if he's directly in front of me, my dot product's going to be like 1. But if he's kind of off the side, it's going to be like a half or less. And then finally, if he is in front of me, then I actually check along that ray if there's any walls in the way. If there is a wall in the way, then you can't see the player. But if there isn't, then you can. That's how we do it.
Okay, why don't we thank them?